Free agent Zai including Man Utd flop, Liverpool legend, and current England star. With the Premier League on course to smash its spending record, it's worth reminding them that you don't always have to splash out on signings. Sometimes the best transfers cost nothing bar a hefty signing-on bonus. There are plenty of stars from around the world who find themselves without a club, some of them more familiar to English sides than others. As the final month of the summer transfer window nears, let's build an Zai of free agents.
Wet boots ruining your mornings? The job site boot dryer uses gentle, fanless heat to quietly dry boots, shoes, and gloves overnight, helping reduce dampness and odor. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/4 before it's gone.
Perhaps the least stacked position in this team, former Manchester City and Nottingham Forest star Stefan Ortega looks the standout goalkeeper available on a free. Ex-Brighton shot-stopper Matthew Ryan is another looking for his next move, while former Aston Villa man Orjan Nyland will hope that his World Cup performances convince someone to come knocking. Arguably the best right-back of his generation, Dani Carvajal left Real Madrid this summer after 2 spells covering 23 years in which he won 27 major trophies. The Spaniard has reportedly received proposals from the Saudi Pro League, Major League Soccer, and Inter Milan, but he remains out of work. John Stones was a somewhat surprise inclusion in the England squad after making just 38 appearances in his final 2 seasons with Manchester City, but he ended up starting both the quarterfinals and semifinals in a show of faith from Thomas Tuchel. His experience and quality on the ball makes him an attractive prospect for clubs willing to take a risk on his dubious fitness, with Chelsea and Arsenal linked. Have your say in the comments section. Another departure from Madrid, David Alaba's last 3 years have been ravaged by injury, missing a total of 126 games for club and country. The ex-Bayern Munich star still managed to be a starter at the World Cup, so that may well convince another European giant to snap him up. 2 clubs, 12 games, and 1 serious injury, that was the story of Oleksandr Zinchenko's season. Following a disappointing loan spell with Nottingham Forest, Arsenal sold him to Ajax for just £1.3 million. But the Ukrainian was only given a short-term deal before suffering a knee injury, which is set to rule him out for well into the new season. Zinchenko has proven himself in the Premier League, but will his rehab put clubs off signing him this summer? Frank Kessie knows all about getting a big move on a free transfer. The Ivorian moved to Barcelona after his contract with AC Milan expired in 2022, and he memorably scored the goal that won Xavi Hernandez's side the La Liga title in his one and only season. Kessie was then sold to Saudi Arabian side Al Ahly, where he spent the past 3 seasons. But now he's without a club and tipped for a return to Italy with Juventus. After 8 years and 15 trophies with Bayern Munich, Leon Goretzka is another free agent with serious pedigree to offer. The German went to the World Cup, but has been tipped for an immediate return to the United States, with Chicago Fire heavily linked with what would be their second marquee signing of the summer after acquiring Robert Lewandowski. Staying in the Bundesliga, and Julian Brandt has left Borussia Dortmund. The versatile playmaker is said to have offers from Leeds and Ajax, while Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Barcelona have also been linked. Midfield is where some real bargains are to be had. Other options include Yves Bissouma, Dani Ceballos, Fabinho, and Lorenzo Pellegrini. No doubt the most high-profile name in this team, Mo Salah still hasn't found a new club 3 months after his departure from Liverpool was announced. For a player of his stature and still impeccably fit at 34 years old, that's a surprise. But factor in the World Cup, and it's understandable that the Egypt captain has had other priorities. Speculation over his next destination has been building in the past fortnight, though, with Sporting Kansas City lining up an ambition move and cash-rich Saudi clubs also keen. According to reports, his priority to stay in Europe. Could a Premier League club offer him a deal? When Juventus paid £66 for Dusan Vlahovic in 2022, few doubted that he'd become one of Europe's most prolific no-nines. But fast forward 4 years, and he's without an employer. Barcelona continue to be linked with the ex-Fiorentina marksman, while there's been speculation that Juventus could resume talks over a new contract, having failed to agree on an extension before the end of the season. Finally, a name more than familiar to English fans. Jadon Sancho's deal with Manchester United ran out last month, and Aston Villa, who he spent last season on loan with, don't want to sign him permanently. A return to former club Borussia Dortmund has long been rumored, having also had a loan spell there in 2024. Sancho is still just 26 and has plenty of magic to offer if he can find the right landing spot this summer.